Hi everybody, welcome to Arts by Debbie. My name is Debbie Scott. I have gone ahead and set up a small piece of watercolor paper. It's about 4 by 6 inches and used some watercolor pencil to outline my Mother's Day rose. What I thought I would do is start out with a little watercolor pencil and then work into some watercolors into it. And the watercolor pencil will fade into the watercolor. Let me grab my watercolor palette, which I forgot. I'm just going to use my water pen here. Saves dipping and all that into a bucket of water and just makes it for a simple process. So I'll wet up some water here. Put some water in the watercolor paints to kind of get them pre-wet. That helps a little bit just to get them going. Let's see if I can reactivate these. I actually drew this last night. And they should. So I'm wetting the paper basically inside the leaf shape and activating the watercolor pencil as well. And I'm going to get some watercolor paint, just a little bit of green, give it a light wash inside the leaf. I'll let that rest a bit and give a light green wash on the other leaves as well. Hope you're enjoying your Mother's Day today. I'm doing this rose in honor of my mom. She's been gone since 2006. And I think about her every day. And I know those of you out there who have lost mothers, have lost your mom, or maybe you live far away from her and don't get to see her, or maybe she's got some issues where you just can't feel a part of her life anymore. My heart goes to you. Set a little bit of darker green on a part of the leaf. As you know, rose leaves have like a little jagged edge, which I will probably just use ink for it towards the end. You know, the younger leaves are more yellow. I'm sure you realize that. And actually, rose leaves are quite dark brown, dark green for the most part. At least the ones that were on the tea rose that I used as my example to draw from. So I'll probably go back in with the darker green there as we go along. All right, where's my paper towel? Gotta have some paper towel. Yada yada yada. Clip here. Okay, come back in. All right, found some paper towel to wipe off my brush with and just squeeze out some water and rinse out the brush that way. Looks like I got a little bit of water on the paper. I'm just going to use some of that to activate the rose. Again, this is watercolor pencil, and it's so easy to kind of get a basic outline of your sketch or whatever you're painting with watercolor pencil. And then I think it's better than using regular graphite pencil. Some people like that, but I just never figured out why. I mean, if you're going to use color, might as well go with color pencil. And watercolor pencil will blend into the paper where graphite does not. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of rose. I wish I had kept the flower. Well, I have the flower, but it doesn't look anything like this now. Since yesterday, even though I put it in water, it's drooped so much that there's no way I'm going to get it to look like anything resembling what it will look like yesterday. Pretty much going on my own instincts here for shading. And that's another reason you can use your color pencil to darken up the sketch where you need it to be darker. Say you're out and about and you have no way to use water. Watercolor pencils are great, as you can sketch with them when you're out, outside, or anywhere, waiting for a bus, sitting in a park. And then when you come home, you can tend to the finished painting. I'm going to wet down some of the background. I'm going to drop in some stronger pigment there. This will help the leaves to pop in the foreground a bit. And as usual, watercolor does lighten up as it dries. And perhaps you feel it's too much while it's still wet. You can dab and pull some color out, and it also gives for a little bit of, what do you call it, some background texture. That's the word, texture. I like to be able to turn my work instead of having to reach over and there we go. I think what I'll do is I'll put some blue in the top, and on this side more blue like sky. I really like this thicker watercolor paper. It buckles slightly, not being taped down. It's not anything like inexpensive watercolor paper. This is actually fairly expensive watercolor paper, but I cut it up into small bits so I didn't feel like I was gonna have to do like a big huge painting. I like doing the smaller bits, and these are nice. They can be framed, given as gifts and framed. You see, this is giving an illusion of a background bush that's holding the flower, and then some sky, so it's not all green. Okay. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to come back to do some more details. All right, I'm back. I didn't let it dry completely dry. It's slightly moist, I guess you would say, but it's not gonna, the colors aren't gonna bleed as badly as if I had left it wet, totally wet. Just kind of want to get some, drop some darker green back here. Behind that leaf, bring it out a bit more. And work back into the flower itself. Well, let's see. I'm holding my breath here. That's not good. This is supposed to be relaxing, you know what I mean? I don't know why I do that sometimes. Find myself holding my breath as I do something, even though it feels relaxing to paint. I think sometimes when you're not sure of exactly what, if you're placing it in the right spot, it's a little nerve-wracking. But hey, it's just paint, paper, and water. You know what I'm saying? It's not brain science, and it's not life and death. Okay, time to pull it around again. Okay. Add a little bit more yellow to the leaf. Green. I think this color green gives it a feeling of springtime. Pump a little water in. Not real happy about that green, so add a little water and blot it. It was just too thick. That's another reason to use a decent quality paper, because you can blot and pull back the color. You can, wet it down again and pull back the color a bit. Translucent, make it more translucent on top of what you painted before. You can actually even go in and wet the paper and then scrub it with a little thicker, stronger brush and pull away almost to white. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna add a little darker under here so that top leaf comes forward. All right, I'm going to sit there, let it sit for a little bit, and then I will come back, give it another look. Sometimes stepping away from a painting really helps. So I'm going to fill up this little guy with more water and take a breather, let it dry, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. I think if any pen I do, and also I forgot to pull out the white pen. I'm going to use that too, or maybe some white ink, India ink, a friend of mine gave me. Okay, this is where it gets chancy, because I kind of like it now, and I really am hesitating about the ink, but I usually don't have a problem with it by the time I'm finished, so I'm just going to go for it. And I might not use any of the color inks though. I think I'll just stick with the black. And it's just basically to enhance certain places. I'm not going to outline every little bit and nook and cranny. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not really sure how well this light is working with the camera. And like I said, nobody's forcing anybody to do it this way. If you decide you want to stop at the watercolor stage, just do it. I don't always do my watercolors with ink. And it's kind of like a dot dash 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 inking anyway. It's not a total outline. But it helps to show the edges of those leaves, especially since the rose leaves have, at least these roses, had that jagged edge. And boy, they had some stickers on them. I guarantee. Yeah. See if I can get that highlighted for you better. Before I get too far, I want to put my initials on it. I think they say you're supposed to wait till you're done with the painting. I don't always do that. Yeah, I'm good with that. I think less is more at some point. Well, that's it, folks. I'm going to take a photograph of this and consider it done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you got something out of it. I enjoyed being here, doing this, and wanted to share some of my time with you. Let me know, leave a comment, and click like, of course, that always helps. And if you have any requests of something you'd like to see me draw or paint, let me know and I'll see what I can do. God bless you. Thank you. Here's the final picture. I decided to go back in with my white gel pen. This is a Uniball Signa white. I also have it in silver and gold. I wish it came in other colors. This is a great pen. Anyway, it's a Signa made by Uniball. And I added some white highlights here and there, and hopefully zooming in like that you can see it a little bit better. I'll take a final photograph to add. In the meantime, please subscribe and look forward to seeing y'all next time. Set the alarm button and you'll find out when we do our next video. Thanks to my husband, Scotty, for doing all the extra work at the end, putting the video together, and see you next time. Thanks so much.